Coming up on Valley News Now, the latest on these brutally cold conditions we've been dealing with here in our area. Our First Alert Storm Team has everything we need to know.
I heard my wife scream. I mean, I knew automatically it was Jake.
Plus, a parent's worst nightmare turned into advocacy. Hear from the parents of a 16-year-old in Jamestown who was killed in a roadway accident. How they want to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else.
Plus, an opportunity for free school meals for all students in North Dakota denied by the Senate. But one advocacy group not giving up on the cause yet. Valley News Now is live. We still got to figure out a system to let the music keep going. That's the next project for us. I like the music. We're going to keep it going. Thank you for joining us for this Valley News Now afternoon update. I'm Devin Fry, as always, bringing you the latest with what we've been working on here in the Valley News Live newsroom. Quite a bit to get to today, but of course, the subject on everybody's mind, it's out there. It's the brutally cold conditions that we've been dealing with for the past couple of days, and it doesn't show any signs of slowing down according to our First Alert Storm Team. First Alert Weather Day is coming up for each of the next few days. There is a extreme cold warning active right now. It remains in effect through noon tomorrow. Frostbite can occur within minutes of exposed skin. I'm imagining that's going to keep going as these wintry conditions continue. We're going to hear from the experts on this, though, for the very latest on this cold front and what we can expect moving forward. We brought in the big guns this time. Our chief meteorologist, Russ Thomas, joins us for more on what we can expect from our First Alert Storm Team.
Hello and happy Friday afternoon to you. This is First Alert Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Russ Thomas. I wish I had better news for you. We've been telling you for the last several days about this cold air that's just going to barge into the region. Certainly it has. That happened as early as yesterday morning in most areas. It's been a frigid day, started out that way. This is going to continue into the evening, overnight hours. Now, as we look into the weekend, First Alert weather days for Saturday, Sunday, and that also includes our Monday morning. We're looking at numbers, wind chills, 30s, 40s, even 50s below overnight. I do think Sunday morning is going to be the worst of the mornings remaining during this First Alert weather period. We're going to see overnight lows, including the wind chills in some areas, 50s, perhaps even 60 below. We're looking at Hallock, Roseau, Baudette, as well as those areas that we could see those coldest wind chills again approaching 60 below. Now, there is some improvement as we head into next week. In fact, I think by the time we jump into Monday afternoon, we are going to see a nice little improvement. You're going to feel it. Another bit of good news, it's going to be dry for the next several days. A little more sunshine on Sunday than Saturday, and it looks like dry conditions will continue into next week. Again, that's going to include cold temperatures next week, but not as cold as this week, and so something to look forward to. Hello.
I'm not sure if dry is the best news. I know my skin doesn't feel that way, but hey, make sure to have your First Alert weather app handy all throughout the day, and of course stay tuned for our broadcast coming up at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. First Alert Storm Team has you covered all throughout the day, and of course we're going to have you covered here on Valley News Now throughout this time period as well. No matter where you see a smart TV, your phone, wherever it may be, we're going to have you covered, so be sure to stay tuned. Now let's get into some of our headlines today. Now, yesterday we reported that the House had passed a bill that would allow free school lunches for all students across the state of North Dakota. That same measure shut down by senators today. The Senate voted 24-22 against House Bill 1624. Now, that would have provided up to $65 million for free breakfast and lunch for all students. Opponents say paying for meals should remain a parent's responsibility. They call it an attempt to grow government in a conservative state. Supporters argued that the legislation would have been more flexible than a constitutional ballot initiative. The House had passed the bill Thursday in a 55-38 vote. Now, after the Senate defeat, advocates for the free school meals, they're still moving forward with their ballot measure plan. Together for School Meals is now collecting signatures to put the issue directly to voters in the November ballot. The coalition, I should say, needs 31,164 signatures to get that measure on the ballot. If that's approved by voters, it would amend the state constitution to guarantee every K-12 student access to one breakfast and one lunch per school day at all costs. And that would be for private and public schools as well. We learned that yesterday too. Spokesperson Amy Jacobson says legislators acknowledged strong public support during the debate, and they'll honor that by taking it to the voters. More big news out of the state capitol today. North Dakota senators passed funding for the Rural Health Transformation Program. We have a little bit more information here. Let's pull that up. The bill allocates up to an estimated $397 million to improve rural health care over the next 2 years. The money can be used to improve telehealth technology and train their workforce. It now heads to Governor Kelly Armstrong's desk for signature. From our court filings today, a Fargo man faces felony charges after allegedly stabbing a woman during a domestic dispute. 36-year-old Michael Schaefer was arrested Wednesday night after police say he became angry at the woman for talking too loudly. According to court documents, Schaefer pushed the victim against the bathroom door and choked her with one hand for about a minute. He then allegedly grabbed a pair of pliers and stabbed her once in the elbow. Schaefer denied the allegations and claimed the woman was the aggressor. He's scheduled for arraignment this afternoon. That arraignment, of course, did happen. We are getting to that point. Yeah, 3:30 is when it happened. So Schaefer has been arraigned at this point. We're going to have updates throughout that trial as well. Going over to the Minnesota side of things now, a Waban woman is facing multiple felony charges after police say she assaulted officers and jail staff in Detroit Lakes. 22-year-old Katie Reich was arrested early Thursday morning after officers responded to reports of an intoxicated woman pounding on doors and refusing to leave an apartment building. When officers tried to detain her, Rice became combative. She allegedly kicked officers, spit on one officer's face, and then bit him on the neck and ear. The assaults continued at the Becker County Jail, where she allegedly spit at corrections officers in that facility. Rice faces 2 felony counts of assault and remains in custody. A massive protest against immigration enforcement is still planned in Minnesota today, despite dangerous sub-zero temperatures. As a matter of fact, I believe we have a live look here. I'm going to pull that up as I work on that, though. Let's see. Yep, we do not. It looks like it just ended. Well, anyway, we can still tell you the details about it. It's a live stream, folks. Massive protests. More than 700 businesses across the state have closed as part of these protest efforts. Labor unions, progressive organizations, and clergy are urging Minnesotans to stay away from work, school, and stores. Vice President J.D. Vance did visit Minneapolis on Thursday. He encouraged protesters to remain peaceful. We're going to have coverage on those protests and what happened in the Twin Cities, whether or not they remained peaceful in our shows coming up tonight. 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. We've got you covered. Now, moving back here closer to home, earlier this week we reported on a 16-year-old who was killed after being struck by a semi-truck in Jamestown. Our Jessica Bringy is joined by Valley News Live reporter Courtney Lockie. Her and Anna Ballweber made a trip to Jamestown and spoke with the teen's family about their loss and the young life that was taken too soon.
Devin, an absolutely heartbreaking story, a parent's worst nightmare in Jamestown. Courtney, you were there along with Anna Ballweber, speaking with the parents of a 16-year-old who was just hit and killed this past week by a semi.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a very emotional interview. We met them at a coffee shop in town. They had just come from the funeral home. Yeah, whenever we hear about crashes, they're always tragic when they're deadly, especially. And then when you hear it's a kid, just another gut punch. This is the Stiles family. We talked to Anna and Charles. Those are the parents. And the teen who died, his name is Jake.
And the family's not only sharing their story of tragedy, but also one of advocacy.
Yes. So this intersection, we went to it ourselves where Jake was hit and killed. It was right next to the Dollar General in town. And we were struggling to get through it. It's a 3-way stop, and at one of the stop signs, there's also a yield. It's at the bottom of a hill. The roads are icy. These parents say that this isn't the first accident that has happened there, so they're hoping that in the wake of all of this, something is done. I should also mention it is very close to a school and to the parents' house.
Okay, so they're trying to prevent, clearly, anything like this happening to another family.
Yeah. Yep. That was something that they had pushed, along with honoring his memory, because it was very tragic. And I mean, they live right here, the intersection's here, and then they work right here. So it's something that they see when they look out the window. Reminder. They go through it every day. Yeah, it was tough. Funeral arrangements have already been set. That's going to happen next week on Wednesday. Some of the things they said about him, they brought a sign and it had a Coca-Cola on it, video games. They said that was his thing. He went to Dollar General almost every day after school to get a Coke, and then this time he didn't come home.
Wow. So we're going to be learning more about Jake, the 16-year-old who did die. Hear from his family.
Yep.
That's coming up tonight at 6.
Yep. Anna Ballweber and I just got back from Jamestown. I'm doing this right now for her because she's busy in there working on the story. So tonight at 6, it'll be a good one.
All right. Thank you.
Emotional. Be on the lookout for that coming up tonight on Valley News Live. From what I've seen from this, very powerful story. A lot to unpack from this one, and Anna Ballweber is working on that right now. It's going to be a good one. Be sure to stay tuned. It's coming up tonight at 6. And again, our 4 o'clock show, we got about 14 minutes. I could do math real quick. You guys saw that. We got about 14 minutes till Valley News Live at 4. So real quick, let's go ahead and show you what conditions we can expect as we make our way out the door. Obviously, we heard from our First Alert weather team. The big thing right now is the cold. Good news for that, though. That means that the roads haven't been affected too much. They are, of course, icy. Right now, of course, the state of North Dakota, mostly green. Here in our metro, though, we do have that scattered ice on the interstates there. And, of course, the side roads will be affected by that same thing. Up in our northern areas by Cavalier, that's where you're going to find the scattered snow drifts, according to this DOT map. So be sure to watch out as you make your way out the door, getting ready to go home or getting ready to leave for the day. I don't know what your schedule looks like. No matter what you're doing, be prepared for it. Now let's take a look at the Minnesota side of things. I like this because we can show you exactly what it looks like out there right now. Doesn't it look cold? It just looks crisp. It looks cold. It looks mean. So yeah, that's going to be the biggest thing. But as you can see, the roads look fine. Silver linings, right? That's the good news here on Valley News Now. But once, like I said, though, Valley News Live at 4 getting ready to start in about 12 minutes. We're going to see you on Monday. Of course, Valley News Now, the afternoon hits, they've become a very fun thing for us. And thank you all for joining us on our Facebook Live, on our YouTube channel, smart TV, phone, however you're watching us. We appreciate you making us a new part of your afternoon for these past few weeks. And we're going to keep it going. We're going to see you again on Monday. But for now, for your Valley News Now digital update, I'm Devin Fry.